Boom! We are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy, lacking his Shevitz, Zach Elias. What's up, Zach?
I have lacked my Shevitz. We didn't do Shevitz this year. We just sort of drank regular wine, and we did a makeshift Seder, like express Seder. And Zoe read the 4 questions in English, but she got through it.
But remember, you and I said we were going to do
many
Shevitz.
Shevitz. You have your Shevitz? Because I don't. I've got beer.
Maybe I do have it.
That's a no. And then someone says maybe to anything, it's a no. Evite rules apply. You put maybe, you're not coming.
I stopped off at the store to get Shevitz for my sister. They're all out of it. So I ended up getting some cheap knockoff brand that was so cheap I had to buy 2 bottles because you can't show up with like 1 bottle of $4.99 wine.
Watch me. To your sister, you can show up with nothing. She's happy you're there.
Pretty much. Booze Your Daddy every Tuesday except April Fools because people get busy. So we're doing this one Thursday, but episodes come out on Saturday. Make sure you're rating, reviewing, subscribing. Come watch us on Facebook every Tuesday, 8:30. We're having fun. Do the thing. I can
tell you with extreme certainty I was not getting busy on Tuesday.
You did say your daughter is out of town for a little bit. I assume
she is out of town for the night.
And boy, is my arms tired.
It sure is. Arms.
It was just flew in here from wherever.
Yeah, I got you. There's baseball on. That's good enough for me.
All right,
not
Zach.
Baseball, because that's.
Well, you have trivia for us by the end, but I have a quick trivia question for you. Did you hear this past week that a Johnson & Johnson factory destroyed like millions of vaccines? Do you know where that factory is located?
I do, and I was going to text you because it's in Baltimore because that's just how they do. But then something else, life got in the way, and I didn't. But yeah, that's all sounds on brand.
That's why I'm wearing my Genius shirt here. It says Genius blonde with the Maryland flag. It's just one of those when you hear that you're like, oh, who are they hiring?
I'm wearing my support day baseball. Whatever. It says no lights at Wrigley on the back. I got one of those guys selling T-shirts outside the Wrigley. It's great.
Pretty good. Well, Zach, we got to Cheers opening day, but before we get to that,
like day baseball. All day 3 day games today. Yes.
What are you drinking?
So in honor of opening day, I looked far and wide. I went to 2 stores, which is far and wide for me.
2 stores? That's usually 2 more than you normally go to.
Absolutely. I tried to find something baseball related or Americana. I looked for Old Style, the Cubs beer. They don't make it. Yeah. So I also looked for Schaefer. They don't make anymore. There was old Dodger beer, which the slogan was the beer drink when you're having more than one. Then I looked at some other Rheingold. They don't have that. They still make that every now and then. Mets old beer. Gunther. You know Gunther? They sponsored the Orioles like forever.
That's the guy from Friends at the coffee shop.
Yeah, he has a beer like Ballantine or Schlitz. So I couldn't find any of those. So I got them Bell's Amber Ale. I like the bird on it. So nothing to do with baseball, but it felt American-y.
Bell's is actually one of my favorite beers. The brewery is located. Yeah, they make an Oberon. That's great. It's up in Kalamazoo, Michigan, where I used to do a hockey tournament every year. I have to tell you a story from that tournament.
I was there one night.
No, it actually is a decent place. I have a story. Maybe we'll do it next week. A good strip club story. Kalamazoo, absolutely fantastic.
So you're going to just swap strip club stories? That's where this is going?
I think we should probably do that. Zach, I have a beer here that I picked out special for this show. It is called Neon Lights Hazy IPA. It is by the Ommegang Brewery. Do you know where Ommegang is located?
Cooperstown, New York. I've been to the brewery.
Very good. I think we've been over that before. But this Neon Lights I also have for a different reason. Zach, let's go ahead and crack these beers. By the way, happy opening day.
Happy opening day? Your team was raining rain. My team was raining droplets.
Release the Kraken.
Released.
Cheers. First place still, the Orioles are, but the reason I wanted to, before we get into baseball, welcome everybody who's watching live on Facebook. My mother, my aunt, love the support.
My mom and your client said she was going to tune in or figure it out. She hasn't. I think she needs that guy from the commercials. Like, how do I open a PDF? Whoa! Like the guy who helps you not become your parents. She's struggling with the Facebook.
She's great. I love me some Betsy.
I'm gonna call Zuckerberg or Sheryl Sandberg. You get him on the phone.
So very rarely is there like an amazing show that just completely makes it over my head. I had somebody the other day recommend a show to me and I was like, I've never heard of it. I went online. I said, let me sit down and watch this. It is from 2015 on Amazon. Zach, Have you? I'm either really late or really early. Everybody I've told about this show goes.
Said that a few times.
How did I not know about this? It is called Red Oaks. Have you heard of it?
No.
You are so welcome right now. This show I started.
Writing it down.
Zach, how many times do I ever tell you to stop doing what you're doing and watch whatever show I'm saying? Ready?
Rarely, but they've all been fire.
Ready? It is a 1985's New Jersey Jewish country club where it basically.
What do I need to watch it?
Zach, it's Dazed and Confused meets Wet Hot American Summer. You're welcome. Richard Kind is fantastic.
Good and everything. You have to get Richard Kind. I used to see him at the Upper West Side. He looks as schlubby in real life as he does on TV.
But the music they have in it reminds me very much kind of the Neon. I mean, they really just go all out. But the other thing that's just absolutely...
It's Caddyshack, though.
Yes, it's exactly what it is. It's exactly...
How have I missed a movie based on...
It's not a movie. It's a
show based on, essentially, that's still one of my favorite movies. I'm watching it.
Zach, the people I've told about this watch the trailer and go, I'm in. How did I not hear of this?
I got to finish up my Kim's Convenience because our friend Eric told me it's fine. Horrible. It's cute. No, it's not bad. But I'm not finishing all 60. I'll finish this season, and then I'll get to your Red Oaks. I'm into it.
Zach, watch one episode tonight. I promise you will stop. I actually just finished there's a Freaky Friday episode in there. It has Jennifer Grey.
Yeah, you're tickling me where I itch. I'm into it.
So, honestly, of anybody in the history of movies, name a bigger difference in the ways they look than Jennifer Grey, Dirty Dancing to present day. Not the same person.
Mickey Rourke. Pope of Greenwich Village to whatever.
Mickey Rourke, you can still see the eyes. You can still kind of see. He also kind of lost it. Ish. She's unrecognizable. Like, I see this and I'm like, does anybody put Baby in the Corner? Because that's not the same person.
Yeah, she looks very different. She shouldn't have lost the schnoz. That was the whole appeal.
And
just like Babs kept it. And I kept it.
I've already tickled your itch. Just any of my other friends that I've tried to get to watch this, I always say, oh, by the way, boobies.
Jenna, we're watching Red Oak Boobies.
All right, Zachy, opening day.
Everything in the 80s had to have at least 30 seconds of needless nudity. Like every 80s movie had like a shower scene or some naked scene, or they just get undressed for the fun of it.
Yeah. Samantha said she watched it and loved it. Thanks for not telling me about this, But anyway, sir.
Oh, Alvin's watching. It's my stepfather. I guess my mom, too. Yes, they are Zoe's headphones I'm wearing. They're from the Frozen collection. They're good. So they are on. They figured out the Facebook.
Love it. Shout out to them. So Orioles still undefeated. Yankees on pace for 162 losses.
You're really into this Orioles undefeated thing. You've mentioned like 8 times, like half the show.
It's like 12 show's been for 8 minutes. I've said it twice.
Right. Yeah.
So what happened? Who caught COVID on the Mets?
Nobody.
Lindor already?
If he does, he should give back each game check.
He should.
But no, the whole Nats have it. They got sloppy. They should have to forfeit. When you're in Little League and the team catches the flu, you forfeit. The Nats should have to also.
I'm actually all in favor of that.
Then maybe they wouldn't be so licking subway poles as you do.
My 2 nickel bit.
Yeah, exactly. Call back.
How was your holiday weekend? Was there anything significant that happened? Because I have stories.
I mean, my holiday weekend was Zoe's birthday extravaganza with a little bit of Passover. It went forever. Car dealerships had sales for her birthday. It's a whole thing. Is
that where you got that balloon horse that she was sitting on?
What? Oh no, we've had that. We just had balloon horses. We all sit on. My nickname is Boostic. It's just so we didn't do much for Passover. We only have 1 kid, so she's gonna find the afikoman. It's not a big to-do.
Well, how is your steak in Jimenez oil? Has it increased at all, or?
I offered her Jimenez oil when she found it, and she goes, "I'm not gonna waste my money on some stupid oil." So that was exactly what her quote was.
She's into electric. Do you have to switch it to Volkswagen or whatever? You heard about that, right?
Yeah, I did.
Volkswagen.
The fact that people thought they went too far means they went perfectly far. Fantastic. Good for them.
Joking about the nickel bit that I do of the licking subway poles, we're like, I do say that to enough different people. The Jimenez oil is the definition of a nickel bit.
It's a nickel bit. It's been tortured since forever. My Uncle Torquemada over there. It's brutal, Jimenez oil.
So, Zach, I went down to see my family this past weekend. And
did you go down for your puppy's meat?
I had to get my puppy some batteries, which turned into quite the debacle, where I picked up some batteries for her from the dollar store, where then I got Skittles for both of the kids. My niece eats both boxes of Skittles, one for her, one for her brother.
And the battery, just down the hatch.
When asked why she did it, she replies, "Because I can."
That's awesome. Good for her. Older child knows the rules.
The whole weekend, everything that came out of my niece's mouth was in the tone of na 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 na, where she was just picking on my nephew nonstop. And everything that my nephew said in response was, and it's not fair that she for 36 hours.
Yeah, I would have just left. I'm going to get more Skittles and just got in the car and peeled out. That's it.
Dude, it was brutal. We were heading back to New Jersey.
She's a spoiled Jewess. That's going to be until she's 50.
Oh,
and it comes back again when you turn 70. So it gets cute again.
Dude, so we, on our way back, get invited to another Seder, a super spreader Seder event in Jersey. So one of my good friends.
There's nothing sexy about that, a super spreader or Seder in Jersey.
One of my good friends, I'm very close with most of his family, so we stop off there. There's not a whole lot to report. I mean, the food was great. I was so happy to get there. 3 things happened that are worth repeating. One of the little kids had like a fake syringe and like, a plastic one like you would play doctor with, and went around and gave people fake vaccines at the Seder table, which was like, oh, this is where we're going with this. The other one is my one buddy's son.
He's not giving you heroin. Like, it could be worse.
I need that rock.
Yeah, between the toes.
My buddy has a 6-year-old son who's like the best kid ever. I'll put him against anybody. And he watches a lot a lot on YouTube.
Put him against anybody, like an NCAA bracket of kids?
Of kids, absolutely. Logan's the number one. He's the Duke. Logan is Duke.
He's the Duke.
Absolutely. He is the most polite, well-mannered kid you'll ever meet in your life. He burned me so goddamn hard that I had nothing left to say because he loves football. He loves sports. We're talking like his team before they were cool. He obviously is a Giants fan. He's a big Jaguars fan, which buy that stock right now. Who cares? He likes them. So I turned to him and I'm like, hey, Logan, what are your thoughts on the Ravens? He goes, I hate the Ravens. I said, Logan, Lamar Jackson's one of the best quarterbacks coming. He looks at me and goes, I prefer quarterbacks that can throw, not just run.
Ooh, zing. And you're calling him Duke? He's like UNLV from the day.
This kid is the best. He is absolutely great. But Zach, the highlight of this night was when the kids went to go draw and do whatever. One of my buddy's niece, who is adorable, she drew a picture of a giraffe that I had to take a picture of, and maybe I'll post the picture without posting her face. Here, for people watching this, and this is why you should watch these live episodes, Zach, here's a picture of her giraffe. What would you describe that giraffe as without any hesitation?
A lovely giraffe at the zoo.
That is a penis and testicles.
Yeah, it's a fuzzy one.
She has little hair. The
hair is in a unique spot.
She was so happy with this picture. It was great.
You gotta save it. Our parents have got to save that.
Oh, I took a picture right away.
She was like about mitzvah sign-in board.
Oh my god, it was really.
That's incredible.
Good. All right, Zach. Last time we said we would talk a little bit about NFTs. I think I am taking the pro side and you're taking the anti side on this.
Well, I'm taking the anti side because I'm 40, and that gives you pro because you're under 40. But are you actually pro, or are you just like humoring this?
I'm pro, but not in buying or investing yet. So I'm pro. So
you're pro NFT fundamentally. You believe that it's real.
Yeah. So explain to the people listening what an NFT is. I can guarantee
it stands for not for touching, or it's non-fungible token, which means it's bullshit.
All right. Or the cool kids call a nifty. Just so you know.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. But go on.
Do, but they're not cool kids. Trust me. Cool kids play baseball.
So explain this to my mother who has no idea what cryptocurrency is, but just explain to her what an NFT is.
Cryptocurrency is real because you can spend it. You can buy people with cryptocurrency. Okay. That's about all you could buy with it. People, drugs, and guns. But you can buy those three commodities with cryptocurrency. I have some cryptocurrency, as does my mother, who's tuned into this. We've actually done okay with it. NFT is somebody doodles something on their computer. It's this big. You buy it. It goes into your phone, and then no one ever sees it again. How is that real? A Van Gogh you can hang on your wall. A Basquiat just sold for $40 million. It's huge. It can go on your wall. You can touch it. You can play with it if you want to touch the art. Beeple some guy made a thing this big that no one's ever going to see that sold for $60 million. Now you take the pro side.
All right,
a baseball card has bullshit value, but at least I could hold it, look at it, and throw it in the smoke.
So basically, where we're going with this now, did you read or did you see the movie?
End with "Get Off My Lawn."
Did you see Ready Player One?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you get, when it comes to the Oculus and living inside of a virtual world, as far away as that actually kind of seems, you know that we are all on this virtual world that is our cell phones 3 hours a day anyways, right now.
More, but sure.
More. Okay, fair enough. What they are saying is within 10 to 20 years, we will be having a phone where we are completely using it as a Oculus virtual system, whatever, and you and I can hang out in my virtual home doing X, Y, and
I'm not going to your virtual home. You come to me and bring something nice.
I'll bring it an NFT, okay?
Yeah.
So essentially, the way that these NFTs, or call them online art, is going to be is when I come hang out at your house or your home, because I'll come to you, you will have art on the wall. The same way with my nephew this past weekend, the new thing these days is Minecraft and Roblox, which I don't know if you know what those are, but it's Sims.
My daughter plays both of them.
Right.
Roblox,
so you know what they are.
Minecraft is an okay game. Minecraft is great because it kills 2 hours and I can just sit on the couch and do whatever because she said they're doing their thing.
So it's great for her, but at the same time, these kids build houses for themselves, and then essentially they have to decorate them. So I know comedians that are selling their tweets. So if you want to put their original tweet up at your comedy club, it's really going to be the thing of the future, how you decorate your online world.
But it isn't non-fungible, because I said, I don't want to hang it. They go, oh, you put a replica on your wall. Well, so you can make a replica that it is fungible. If it's truly non-fungible, then it lives in your phone and nobody can see it. If you're putting replicas up, then it's just replica.
But they're not. Okay. So here, then the second argument is, well, how do I know that's the real thing and not the fake? Zach, how do you know that the Mona Lisa is the real thing and not the fake?
You don't, but you can look at it.
Okay, you can look at NFTs in a virtual world. In a virtual world.
Yeah, and I'm a material girl. Like, it's not happening so fast.
But it's going to happen. Like, this is one of those things where, look, now, baseball cards. They made hundreds of Babe Ruth rookie cards. Guess what, asshole? If you have one right now, you're made in the shade.
There's scarcity. I get that there's only one of these, but there's only one of it because what if he makes more? What makes it?
But there were more. But no, if he makes more, there's only one original of whatever it is. Again, they made millions, or not millions, probably thousands of different things back in the day.
Are they even cool? Are they pretty to look at? Or are you literally just buying the concept that it's unique?
The concept that you're buying originality and uniqueness, which is what art is. Go look at it.
But it's not. Because if I look at a Botticelli on the wall, I can say, hey, that's a pretty picture. I don't mind looking at that. I'm never going to look at this NFT until I get to your virtual Roblox world. Roblox sucks, by the way. But
terrible.
It's years from now, if at all, it's going to live in my phone or in a vault. It loses its intrinsic value. It loses its visibility.
Right.
You just stare at this thing all day. Hey, guys, I got something. Does this have any value? What if you lose your phone?
Well, that's happened with crypto and different things. But the same way you wish you bought Bitcoin when it was a penny or 2 pennies, it's literally the same thing. Bitcoin didn't happen overnight, man.
No, but it's actual value. You can buy things with it. You're not buying anything with it.
As of like 3 years ago, 2 years ago even. Bitcoin's been around a lot longer. People were trading it. Who's the guy it went viral where it's like he traded 10 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like that didn't go so well.
It didn't go so well, but for the pizza guy. But I don't get it. I don't get where it came from. Why? Like Pete Alonso of the Mets made NFT to help the minor league players who aren't getting paid. Now that's very altruistic and that's very nice. I don't go to Pete Alonso when I want my art. I don't go, do I want to buy a Jackson Pollock or a Pete Alonso original? Let's go with the Alonso. It has no value. It's Pete Alonso. Go hit your, I don't want to say shut and dribble, but go hit your home runs and let's call it a day.
But at the same time, I sneezed into a napkin the other day. It looked like a Jackson Pollock. Like,
yeah, that's NFT. You take a picture of it.
You can.
And someone's going to buy that for $60 million?
No, but they might buy it for like 1 Ethereum or whatever they're using right now. And then that might become...
It's $1,000 in Ethereum.
More than that.
More.
But the point is, it could be worse. And that's all this is. All I'm saying is I am like not a get off my lawn.
Green head ball should be the king. It's just I don't think it's going to happen. I don't get it. I don't get the craze. I don't get dropping huge money on it. It's like Bitcoin didn't happen overnight. This is happening overnight.
It is. It's been a big pop. Again, watch Ready Player One and think to yourself, how far away are we from that? And the answer is not that far. Simple as that.
I really hope so. That movie was pretty mediocre.
Right. All right.
You loved it? Are you saying right because it was fantastic for you? Or
I heard the book was really good. One of my buddies, he said like literally best book he's ever. Because the problem that happened with that movie is the book, you can write this avatar was Mickey Mouse, this avatar was Homer Simpson. The movie, you got to get rights to that, and they're not doing all the rights that you could. So they had to dull down a lot of the caricatures that they used in the movie. That's what I heard.
I watched the movie. I just didn't care. It was 2.5 hours. I wish it was like 40 minutes. Okay. I got it. I don't really get the whole
Zach,
phrase. Yeah.
Being April 1st, it is April Fool's joke.
It is April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day. On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 is you despise April Fool's jokes, and 10 is, oh my God, I wish I was doing one right now. Thoughts?
5, and I'll tell you why. Here's why I think it's okay. I like pranks. I like humor. I like physical comedy. I have no problem with the concept of pranking. I don't feel the best revenge is living well. The best revenge is revenge. In general. My problem with April Fool's Day is the day itself takes away the element of surprise. It should be done on like September 9th, and then you yell April Fools. Then that's a prank. That guy's caught with his pants down. April Fools, it's coming. They give you the out. They give you a little daily carte blanche. I don't love that, but fundamentally, no problem with pranks.
Caught with his pants down. What a segue, Zach. Yeah. I am so disappointed last night as we were on a group text with our friend Eric.
Hold on. What do you think about April Fools? You asked the question.
Negative. I think it's the most ridiculous thing ever. My first patient today said, I almost texted you like at 9:59 because I started at 10. And he was like, I almost texted you to say I wasn't coming because I'm thinking like that wouldn't have been funny. I'd been really pissed off. Like I
should have billed them anyway.
That would have been my response text is, should I bill your credit card or send you a Venmo request? Like it is. So we were on a group text last night, and I know you were asleep or bored or whatever. And we're going back and forth with the Lindor signing.
Out at like 10 o'clock at night and then woke up at 12:30, not tired. It was awful.
Did you ever click the link did I send you the link of what I got last night?
No.
Okay. So I thought we were talking about April Fool's
Lindor thing, and then I click it and see that hung guy.
So I got a text last night from a friend. Now, I think I'm the glue of a lot of different friendships. I have a lot of good friends, and some of them aren't such close. And
I'm an egomaniac.
I try to be friends with people. I'm insecure, okay? Leave me alone. One of the guys that I keep in touch with that I know some of my other friends don't, sends out a group text that a kid in our fraternity, 35 years old, 7th grade math teacher, arrested by Montgomery County Police Department for child pornography last
Montgomery, Alabama?
MoCo, baby. We're talking about Maryland, D.C.
Okay.
I got this, and the first thing I said was...
MoCo? That's a thing?
That's a thing. Julia will confirm that.
I'm sure it is. That's awful.
Would Julia also confirm she hated Ready Player One? We did a triple date for that. It was me, Timmy, and her, and I held the popcorn. It was a great night.
I'm sure it was.
So the first thing that I said to my buddy was, is this real or is this an April Fool's thing? And he's like, I wish it was fake. So naturally, now I have to click it, and it is 100% real. A kid in my fraternity who he was a really good kid. I haven't spoken with him in a long time. We had 100 people in our fraternity in our 4 years. I would just say I never would have thought he would do something like this. But at the same time, if you said make a list of 10 people, that he probably makes my list of 10. You know what I mean?
He went full Matt Gaetz, huh?
Yeah, apparently. So now I want to defend him because you don't know what happens. It wasn't, the Scott Hansen, I brought wine coolers. It was he was trading pics or videos or something. And when they arrested him, he had stuff on his phone. It could have been a girl. Of course not. I mean, you have a father, you have a 7-year-old. It could have been a girl who was 17 and 11 months for all we know. He'll get his day in court. He'll also get his day in jail, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Dude, it is such a horrible story where he has a wife, he has a 2-month-old daughter. It is horrible. The worst
He's
parts
an animal.
I'm not saying he's not. It's one of those things where I want to defend him because, like, I like the kid, but it's a really bad story. The worst part of this story, at least last night, where me and my buddy start reading the comments. People are so goddamn selfish, roasting him and trolling each other in the process, going back and forth with, thank God our kids are still learning from home. I almost sent them to that middle school this year. Or, wait, I think I've seen him around town. And then they're going back. Everybody is so goddamn selfish about, that could have been my kid. It's like, not really. That's not how that works. But the thing where my friends then start roasting me and go, does it make you sad to know that he's already been retweeted more time than you and your podcast will ever? And I was that was great.
I roast someone.
I was like, that's really funny. So he is the number one TEP from the University of Maryland. And then before I could type that out, I went, wait a minute. He's the number 2 because your boy, Larry David, TEP Maryland. Meaning,
a friend of my dad's was in the same fraternity as him at the same time. He said he was nuts.
So that's my fraternity.
Right.
Which means, at best, I'm going for the bronze medal at this point.
Best. So it's Larry David, some diddler, and then you?
He's not a diddler. He was diddling.
How do you know if he's a diddler?
I don't know. It's just really, really bad, man.
He's a diddler. At least he's an aspiring diddler. Got caught beforehand.
The highlights of this text where I called Julia in tears. I was laughing so hard. Was the different friends that were texting me back going, wait a minute. He's in jail and that other fuck still hasn't been arrested for because we have some other people that you're like, not to mention my one buddy, I text him and he says he tells his wife and without missing a beat, she was like, he said, hey, guess somebody in our fraternity got arrested. And without missing a beat, she names the name. She's like, oh, it was Tom, right? And he goes, no, it wasn't Tom. She's like, oh, sorry, just kidding. Who was it? Like people, when they just heard it was somebody, were already like, oh, it's definitely this person, right? You're like, no, why don't you wait and hear how the story plays out?
I mean, if you ask me at my house, I've got 6 people that I would just rattle off who should be arrested or who I would assume if they would be arrested today at 40, who still probably would get arrested.
Dude, I heard this. I will just say it shook me. Like most of the day, I was like, wow, that really, really sucks. Really, it's just one of those not good. Not good, Tom. Niche kid.
Not good.
All right, Zachy. Are we on to trivia?
So you're making me segue from a child diddler to baseball trivia? That's what's happening here? Shit. Okay, let's do trivia. I'm totally flustered and rattled now, but let's dance. All right. Making the smooth transition.
Talking about a sweet stroke here. This guy was able to stroke 60 home runs to.
Something like that. So it is opening day, even though the 2 best teams in the league, the Mets and the O's, are not playing today. So if you're going to do opening day trivia, just general opening day trivia.
Oh my God. I will put money right now. The Orioles have one of the best opening day records to rest of season of anybody ever.
Should we start with question 5? We'll get to that.
All right, Oral Roberts. That was
I'm keeping this PG-13. I'm not using oral or anything like that. So anyway, what team traditionally played the first baseball game of every season? They don't anymore.
Oh,
they used to kick off the season at noon every year.
I thought it was the shirt, your Cubs. I thought it was, but I could be wrong.
It is not. Try again.
Is it AL or NL?
NL.
Dodgers.
Cincinnati Reds. The first baseball team used to play the first game.
Balls.
Balls is right. Who was the only pitcher to throw a no-hitter on opening day? I thought you'd get the first one. This could be a full Allison.
I'm gonna. Do I get a team?
No, I don't know. If you're a year, 1940.
I can't name a 1940 pitcher.
None.
Is it a Yankee?
No.
I don't know.
It's Bob Feller.
Oh my God, Zach.
All right. What team has the most opening day wins?
The Mets.
The Mets have been around that long.
Okay.
Stop thinking. Don't get flustered. Get rattled here.
White Sox. Damn it. Yankees. Tigers. 1969. The Cubs. I should have said that for my first one.
1969. Oh, God. Here we go. This one you might not get, but it made me happy. Who was the what pitcher has started the most opening day games?
Are they still pitching?
No.
Are they in my lifetime?
The very tail end, depending on what year you were born, but no.
The tail end of my lifetime?
Maybe.
Is it a Met?
Yes.
What's Tom Seaver?
That's the one.
Oh, I got one.
Yeah, there you go. 16 opening day starts, 14 straight. That's amazing. The Mets had nobody else.
Yeah, bag of
and
balls.
now the coup de grace. Plus or minus 10. Out of 120 years of Orioles glorious baseball, how many opening day wins do the Orioles have?
Oh, I would say like in the last 50 years, 49. But in overall, plus or minus 10, 100 and how many years?
$120.
Let's go 80. I really think they do well on opening day.
Plus or minus 10, you got it. It is 70.
Yes!
70,
I'm so smart.
And 1.
A tie?
They had a tie. I didn't look up the year for the tie. They had a tie on opening day.
Oh, horrible.
There it is.
Wow.
That's pretty good. 70 and 49 and 1. That's amazing. I thought they were going to be awful.
I would actually say, like, if you wanted to do their record from like their whatever the second game is of the season, 120 years, it's like 117 and 1. Like they're horrible.
Another tie, just tied all year.
I'm just assuming all those years. They are like the ultimate win the first game of the season. But when you say like the record thing, I always loved like, when we had like a slugger, when Chris Davis was a thing and he would hit a home run, I would say Chris Davis on pace for 162 home runs. You want to hear some real? So I have to explain I get excited for baseball. So a lot of times I'm like trying to explain to my patients about baseball. They always say, "Oh, who do you like?" And I tell them the Orioles, and they say, "How are the Orioles?" So then I have to explain to them the Orioles payroll. You want something fun, Zach? A top team right now in baseball, I think, is the Dodgers. They're paying like 190 something. Okay. What is the Orioles payroll this season, 2021? This season?
74.
45.
Get the hell out of here.
And how much of that is the active roster?
Oh God.
I looked this up. $14 million is active roster. 21 is
all the money.
21 is Chris Davis, and 10 million is some other asshole. I saw this. I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" They have $14 million.
$14 million they're rolling with.
And Lindor's making how much per year?
A lot, like 40. He's making more than the team by triple.
I looked this up. I was like, those numbers can't be. And the worst part, they were like 3 from the bottom. There was teams below them.
Who's below them? The Pirates and
I think it was like the Pirates and like the Royals or something. It was really bad. It was really, really bad.
I still can't name. I did a fantasy draft last night. I don't think an Oriole was drafted.
Absolutely. Mancini gets drafted, as does
not in this league.
Mancini gets drafted. Pick him up. Mancini's worth picking up. And they have another guy who's a sleeper in the outfield. I'm like, not Hayes, but there's another. Mountcastle. Mountcastle.
I'll check him out. Maybe he got taken.
And then the closer sometimes too. But as Samantha said, Orioles, Orioles magic, feel it happen. If you only knew, Zach. If you only knew.
What? How awful it is?
No,
I'm a Met and Jet fan. It's awful, and a Knicks fan to boot.
Knicks are in the playoffs. Easy. You see, the Knicks took out the Milwaukee Bucks the other night and then lost to the worst team.
Yeah, that's what the Knicks do. You at least have Super Bowls, plural. I don't get that.
Plural.
Yeah, I don't get Super Bowls. I know you traded all for an O's like playoff appearance. But nevertheless, it's not easy. Mets have, in my lifetime, they're 1-2 or 1-3, 1-2, 3 times. They've lost to the Yanks and that shit show to the Royals. And they were the best team in baseball in 2000, and then Benitez, shat the bed.
All right.
Benitez, former Oriole, how did he do for you guys? He was good.
He was the one. Yeah, he was okay. Booze Your Daddy, live every Tuesday, Facebook, 8:30. Make sure you download the episode, Spotify, iTunes. Was he?
Yeah, he was on the bump for Jeffrey Mayer.
Oh, son of a bitch. All right, people. Thanks for listening to another episode. Daddy loves you.
I love you too. Mwah.
We out.